Today I had the primal urge to watch a shitty movie, so I did what any 21st century civilized man would do. I attacked Google looking for any shitty movie I hadn't already seen. I was like a meth addict scratching my neck trying to get my fix, but I couldn't find a shitty movie that I hadn't already watched. And then I remembered, I'm followed by the official Max Steel movie team on Twitter. So in 2016, Max Steel, which is a beloved property near and dear to my boners, I grew up watching Max Steel. I even had the Max Steel video game on PS1 and Sega Dreamcast. At least I think it was Sega Dreamcast. I know I had it on PlayStation 1 and then another console, and I really feel like it was the Dreamcast. And I also had the Max Steel action figures, the one that you could take the clothes off and play dress up with him. And obviously being a curious child, I took his clothes off to see what a penis looked like, but they made him dickless. I just wanted to see what a super secret agent superhero was rocking under the hood. Never really got to see it with the action figures. But anyway, the point is, I was very familiar with Max Steel, but I never saw the 2016 movie because I knew it was going to be a stinker, and I really didn't want to have Max Steel ruined for me. I know if I go back and watch Max Steel, it probably sucks fat ass, but I didn't want to go to the movie theater and be disappointed. But today, I thought I owed it to the Max Steel team on Twitter to check out their movie. And this isn't like a joke. This isn't like a fake Max Steel account. This Max Steel account on Twitter is the official Max Steel movie Twitter. Look at the following list. It's just totally normal shit for a corporate Twitter account, and then out of nowhere, me. I'll fucking take it. I kept this in the wank bank since 2016. I knew the second they followed me, I got a notification, and I was elated, but not motivated enough to see their bad movie until today. So let's check it out. How bad was it? Here we meet our hero Max, looking like the high school jock upset that he didn't win prom king. He's moping around, helping his mother move into their new house.
We're home, Max.
If you say so.
Fresh start.
Right. Fresh start number 9.
Hey, I can still cancel the internet.
Don't even joke about something like that, you sick harpy. That's going too far. Is nothing sacred? Max looks at a picture of his father as a small earthquake hits the house, and by small I mean it literally looks as though a Nintendo 64 Rumble Pack went off briefly.
Yeah.
As Max is riding his bike to his high school, he's nearly road-killed by a maniac. Did I say maniac? I meant fucking fine babe. And Max is about to slay some punani. Classic flirting technique, almost get hit by a car, then use the sympathy card, girl gets super interested, she feels a little guilty because she almost killed you, bang. Classic Max Steel.
Thank you.
No problem.
Not even 2 minutes after the near-fatal accident, Max finds himself in the garage with the girl, and there's clearly a lot of sexual tension between the two. Sound effects are a little fucked up here. I don't really understand why it sounds like a flashbang just went off. Maybe he's about to prematurely ejaculate and he's a ticking time bomb. That's what the sound effect is for, but I'm not really sure. All I know for sure is he nailed an incredible move. The old almost get hit by a car, driven by a hot babe, making her feel guilty enough to take your bike to her garage to fix it, and then you doggy style her on top of a Plymouth. Solid.
Hey.
Wow, God, look at you.
You remember Miles, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Max, have you met the villain? Yeah, this guy's obviously the villain, spoiler alert. I think anyone could pick that out. Even if you were ball-gagged with a blindfold, you could still probably tell this guy was the villain. Now, up until this point, we don't know if Max McGrath's father, Jim McGrath, is alive or dead, but luckily, thanks to Miles being a cornucopia of valuable exposition, he explains that the father is dead and that he was there the night of the accident, as he calls it. Now, meanwhile, over the dinner, as all of this is being vomited out to the viewers, at a secret military science base where science shit is happening in a sciencey fashion, water's acting all fucked up. But the water actually transforms into a bowling ball mixed with a shuriken, a ninja throwing star, if you will, and it escapes, naturally. After a very boring dinner with the villain, Max decides to Google what happened to his father. He was killed in an Intech explosion, Intech being the company him and Miles worked at. Now, this is odd to me because I feel like that would have been the first thing he'd do after learning his father died in an explosion. He'd probably want to know what the fuck happened. Thus, he would naturally Google it, and in this movie, their version of Google being Yahoo Answers if it was fucked by Ask Jeeves, but the point being, why wouldn't he have researched it himself fucking 10 years ago whenever it happened? I don't really understand why he was waiting till marriage to figure out what happened to his dad. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, he Googles it, gets some unexplained phenomena. Some people believe he was killed in a tornado that caused the Intech building to explode. Others say it may have been a human error. The lack of conclusive answers makes Max very upset, slams his hand and learns he has superpowers. But not just any superpowers, electric superpowers. He then goes into the woods to test his new powers by executing an innocent lamp without due trial. Thus the hero also becomes the villain to the lamp race. He's basically the fucking ISIS to lamps, just executing them in the woods for no reason. It's also shown that he doesn't know how to control his newfound power as he's sitting at lunch tables and causes a nearby vending machine to ejaculate, spewing cola everywhere. As high schoolers rejoice, which is also weird to me. Unless these high schoolers have the mentality of 9-year-olds, I don't see why they're fucking fighting over themselves, football dogpiling to get on top of some cola and some goddamn root beer. Yet it's not that big of a deal. He's on a date with the girl at a boba shop, as every 2016 date went, and then all of a sudden he starts getting some headaches and excuses himself to the bathroom, and this bathroom looks fucked up. This looks like the scene of a murder. It looks like a really hardcore biker bar bathroom, yet it's the bathroom to a boba shop. This really ruined my immersion. This is when the set design threw me off. I've been to my fair share of boba joints, and let me tell you, those shitters are some Weenie Hut Jr. bathrooms, not the salty spittoon that we're seeing him enter. After a few moments of freaking out in the mirror, he runs away from the boba shop saying goodbye to the girl. On the way out, he's panicked, and then all of a sudden he's getting Thanos snapped away before combusting. He wakes in his bed where that mysterious machine bowling ball contraption is now at his door, looking like Wheatley from Portal 2. Understandably, Max is a little caught off guard, so he starts wildly swinging a baseball bat and once again murders another lamp. After some intense interrogation from Max...
What are you, some kind of a robot?
I am a parasitic, silicon-based life form. My name is,
he learns the robot's name is Steel.
Steel. He called me Steel.
Thus, putting the steel in the Max. You can't have the Max without the steel. If you don't have both ingredients, the soup is ruined. Max has to hide the robot alien from his mom because his mom might come in, think he's weird, puberty's not treating him well, I don't know. He hides it because it's a cliche. And then, this is a bad movie. It's just not good. It's hard for me to show you everything that makes this movie bad because it's just so boring. The dialogue is so boring. The jokes that the alien tells are just so bad. They don't work. They're generic, and none of the actors even try. I don't even blame them. It's Max fucking Steel. But I'm just gonna speedrun some exposition to get you all caught up. So the robot alien has amnesia, because of course he does. Even alien robots for some reason are susceptible to it, which is so fucking dumb. But what he does tell him is that Max can harness tachyon energy, which he feeds off of. Tachyon, you might know from Death Grips, that visionary, he also used that word for a song. But this is where it fucking comes from, baby. Max Steel invented tachyon. He invented boners. God bless Max Steel. He harnesses tachyon, he can do cool shit with it. He learns he has superpowers when using it. And when the two of them harmonize, if they sing a note in the right tune together, they create a Super Power Rangers suit. Memories start flooding his mind. He learns that his father's death wasn't an accident. The rogue tornado that killed him wasn't a weather-related rogue tornado. In fact, it was an evil thing called Ultralinks. And that name sucks ass. It's not very intimidating. It sounds like a form of Yu-Gi-Oh! Summoning in a modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Format. Definitely could have been better. Something like maybe more intimidating. The Shred Terrors. The ass-annihilating Rip Von Stranglers. Shit like that. Ultralink, it even sounds like a good guy, honestly. Like, it sounds like a different division of the Power Rangers. We have the Power Rangers, and then we have the Ultralinks. It's a shit name. I didn't like the name, but that's what's killed his father. He also learns Steel knew his father. He begins running away from in-tech bad guys as he's piecing it all together, where he is once again nearly slaughtered by Sophia, who then tries to use that to flirt with him, but he's too busy running away from bad guys. And then they decide to split up to throw off the bad guys, to which Steel has this ingenious idea that works like a charm.
You don't care. You don't care.
Damn! All units were completely disabled.
I can't believe that these guys that are hunting a robot alien watch the robot alien go and shoot their tires. And then immediately, shit, Guess we're out of the game, boys. We did our best. We'll get him next time. And then as Max is still running away, he is once again nearly killed by Sophia in her car. I think she should have her license revoked. That is 3 times she's nearly killed the same guy. Imagine what people she has killed and buried in shallow graves. Now the car whose tires were just shot out begins doing donuts behind Sophia's van. Now this is where it gets a little inconsistent because it establishes that they're being chased by one car. And then the robot goes and shoots out some tires, and then that car is still seen burning out in the fucking freeway here. So what happens? Was there more than one car? Did they do like a tire change pit stop? I really don't know. Maybe Steele shot out the wrong car's tires. Like, fuck, accidentally just blew up this librarian's tires. Fuck it. And then Max and Sophia escape. Sophia and Max make it to Intech, where he starts asking Miles questions unenthusiastically. Everything Max does in this movie is very bland and unenthusiastic, so when he's questioning him or just kind of talking to him, it's as if you're talking to a fucking brick wall that learned English barely. And for the 50th time, Max runs away.
I have to go. Max!
He runs away and is then hunted by an Ultralink tornado. He's in the middle of the Ultralink tornado, it's looking bad, but luckily Steele is there to give him his super suit. He gets punched out of his super suit. The super suit has a big flaw that if it gets hit, it just fucking disintegrates, basically. It's pretty useless for armor. I mean, it's basically like a disposable camera for armor. It does one thing, and for 1 second, and then you throw it away. It's fucking useless. It's like putting a condom on. You fuck once, blow your load, done. Can't use it again, unless you're some type of animal. Now he's out of his super suit, now he has to run away from the Ultralink, and he's running like a normal human goober. Yet earlier, it showed that he could use super speed with his tachyon energy. Why wouldn't he super speed his ass away? Why is he jogging like he was just pick last in kickball? I don't really understand why that would be overlooked. He doesn't use his powers. This is the best time to use that power, and he doesn't. But it's a good thing he didn't, because he gets sucked into the Ultralink tornado. Super suit comes back on, and that's when they finally say it. Steele tells him,
The Ultralink, it's exposed. Shoot it. Go turbo.
What?
Hurry before it
and go turbo he does. He turboizes that bitch so fucking hard, turbos it out of existence, using his Tony Stark heart, throwing the energy at it, and it's vaporized. Fuck yeah. God, the scenes in this movie are so fucking boring. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't even feel like clipping the appropriate scenes to explain it. We'll just get towards the end of the movie here, because we're wrapping up now. Max shoos away Steele because a vision he saw made him believe that Steele betrayed his father, so Max once again runs away, because that's the only fucking superpower he really has, the power of cowardness. He's just always running from something or pissing his pants over something, so he runs away, goes to his house, and he sees the same Intech bad guys at his house, so he assumes that the Intech bad guys are there to kill his mom. He calls Miles, he's like, Miles, there's bad dudes at my house, they're probably gangbanging my mom, what do I do? Well, they're not gangbanging your mom, they took her to the old Intech facility. So he goes to the old Intech facility, but it turns out his mom wasn't their target. In fact, his mom is the majority shareholder in Intech. So she changes their order. She says, Miles wants you to kill Max, huh? And they're like, yeah. She's like, that's alright. Well, let's change that. How about we don't kill Max and we find Max? They're like, alright. So then the mom's in control of the Intech bad guys, who aren't bad guys anymore. Max goes to this dilapidated old facility where he gets the truth to his father's death, the real vision. It turns out Miles betrayed him.
Did you know that?
Miles, listen to me.
Go for a walk.
Shit, who would have seen that coming? Like, goddamn.
Eliminate you and the Ultralinks. Let me have your energy. I trusted you. No, you trusted him.
So he lowers defenses as the Ultralinks storm in, and then he puts on some like robo claw, like a goddamn lobster claw, except mechanical and alien tech. And Max's dad, Jim, is strapped to a chair. He wants to suck all the energy out of Jim because he was jealous of his tachyon abilities. But Jim had a trick up his sleeve. He decided to just blow his entire load, throw all of his energy into the sucking device, which overloads it and blows it up. But before that, he gives a very motivational speech to his good friend Steele before he passes.
I can get you out. You were wrong. Listen, I can.
Steele, listen to me. Get to Max. Find him! Protect him! He's the only thing that matters!
Jim explodes, rest in peace, Jim, and rest in peace to any good writing. Because not only is his speech super lame and really poorly acted, but it's a giant glaring plot hole, because Steele says that he can get Jim out. Now, ordinarily when that line's used in a movie, it's just desperation, they have no way of getting him out, but they want to try because they love their friend. Hey, I can get you out, no problem, bro, we'll kick some mean keg stands afterwards, huh? But here, Steele absolutely could have gotten Jim out, and it's proven in the next scene. So the bad guy comes in, evil Power Ranger suit, evil villain speech.
You're my very own source of tachyon energy. Now step inside that core like a good little bat and pick up where your father left off.
You were supposed to be his friend!
Your father was an alien, Max! An alien!
And then he puts Max in the same core that Jim was in, and Max does the exact same thing Jim did.
What are you doing? That's too much energy!
But the difference this time is Steele fuses with Max, and they both break free, and then it leads to a fight. It frees him. Steele could have done the same goddamn thing with Jim, as Steele said, but Jim just actively declined it. It's like those people that refuse CPR for some reason. Jim, for an inexplicable reason, just says, nope, I don't want to get the fuck out of here, I'm ready to overload. And so he does. I don't understand why he would do that when he cares about his son so much, but he does, so there you go.
Everybody get...
Yeah, Max just kind of hides while a bunch of normal, innocent human men just get slaughtered by the bad guy. He's not exactly what you would consider a hero, or competent, charismatic, or basically anything that makes a good character. But in the end, he gets the claw. The claw sucks out tachyon energy. He's getting his shit sucked dry. And then he comes up with the plan to once again overload.
Father.
You want the power? Then take it.
So he overloads, and he does his signature move, his catchphrase.
Steal now! Go Turbo!
You got it, Max!
He turbos him. The bitch gets turboed hard again. When he goes turbo, shit gets fucked. Bad guy defeated, saves the day. Mom says, I'm glad that you're like your dad, it's cool and shit. He gets the girl. It's a weird way he gets the girl, though. He gives her like some weird fan art.
Open.
Hey, what's up, girl? I made this hentai of you. This is my dick and 16 tentacles that all have the same stimulation for me personally as my dick. It's weird. I don't understand. I don't know if that's a common thing in 2016 to be giving girls like doodles of them from like a weird stalker portfolio. But anyway, it does. They kiss happily ever after. So the movie overall is bad. It's not good. Did I expect it to be worse? No. Did I expect it to be better? No. It's about what I expected. Is it the worst movie ever made? Also no. Is it true to Max Steel? God, I hope not. I don't remember the show. I'm probably not going to go back and watch it, but god damn it, I don't feel like my time was wasted. I take that back, it kind of was. It wasn't like a fun, bad movie. This isn't like a movie that is enjoyably bad, something like The Predator, the newest Predator movie, or the most obvious one being The Room. Those are fun, awful train wrecks. This is a very unenjoyably boring bad movie. What it takes to make a good bad movie is a very clear vision. This movie doesn't have a vision, it's just kind of a cash grab, as if Max Steel is really like this cash cow that you can perpetually milk. No one even remembers it, but that's what it is. It's uninspired, it's passionless, there is no vision. If you were going to make a bad movie that stands the test of time, like The Room or anything from Neil Breen, you need an artistic vision. And you need to be so inept at the craft that you can't make that vision come to life. So you end up with this weird, pretentious shitstorm, like The Room or Neil Breen's work. Those are the two main ingredients. A vision and the lack of talent to make that vision come true. This has neither of those. It's just boring bad. And I still hope the official Max Steel Twitter account continues to follow me on Twitter, because I like having that to brag about to my friends. But if they choose to unfollow me, I would understand. That's about it. See ya.